Hello everyone, my name is Hong. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing my new GoPro 10. Now I've been a GoPro user for well over a decade. In fact, I still have my earlier generation GoPros right here, and they've been with me since the very beginning of Nitro, so they're over 10 years old. Unfortunately, they don't work anymore because, well, I've dropped them many times. For the past year, I've been on the GoPro 9 after switching over from the GoPro 7. And I can tell you right off the bat that it was a game changer. The question is the GoPro 10 any better? Let's find out. So this is the same case as you get when you get a GoPro 9. And I really like the case. It's got GoPro branding printed onto the casing itself. And it's hard and pretty durable. Okay, so this is what we get inside the GoPro 10 package. You have USB-C cable. There is the battery on the inside. Now these are the same batteries as the GoPro 9. So if you're using or if you're already on a GoPro 9, you don't have to worry about that at all. One mounting clip and one of those with the sticky double-sided tape at the bottom for you to mount this onto like a helmet. And you get the thumb screw that screws your GoPro into the mount, and of course the GoPro itself. Let's take this out gently, or not. It is a GoPro. Also this recyclable paper mache holder and a GoPro 10. Now inside the case you also get these instruction guides on how to use it. It reminds you that you must update your camera before using it. With the cell phone app, there is a QR code on how to get this done, a bunch of GoPro stickers, which is pretty cool, and an FAQ instruction guide. Now, I have to say that these things are quite pointless, in my opinion. It is the 21st century, this is all high-tech gizmo gadget stuff, and nobody really reads these anymore. I mean, it's not a lot of pages, but it's still a whole bunch of paper. I think it would be a lot more environmentally friendlier if you just had maybe just one card like these, like this, with a QR code, and scan the QR code, go to the website, and then you get all your information that is currently here in multiple languages on the website. Bunch of benefits. Number one, you get more hits to your website. Number two, you save the environment because we don't need these anymore. So this is going into the recycle bin. At the back of the GoPro 10, it also reminds you that you need to update its firmware before you can start using it. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Released a few weeks ago, the new GoPro 10 from the outside is identical to the GoPro 9 in every single way, with the exception of the blue lettering instead of light gray. But what's interesting is on the inside, because the new GoPro 10 has a new GP2 processor, something many of us have been waiting for. Not since the GoPro 6 in 2017 have we had a new processor, or chip, and the GoPro 9 will be the last of its kind to be equipped with the GP1 processor. This does not mean that the GoPro 9 is immediately outdated. In fact, it is packed with more than sufficient technology to keep us going for at least another 2 or 3 years. Now updating the GoPro 10 is really quite simple. It's not as complicated as a lot of people make it out to be. You basically need to make sure your battery inside your GoPro 10 is fully charged up. download the GoPro Quick app onto your cell phone and then basically go through all the terms and conditions, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And there you go. It will start updating once you've connected it to your GoPro, as you can see right here. This entire process should take only about 4 to 6 minutes, depending on the cell phone you're using, depending on your Wi-Fi connection and all that kind of stuff. But overall, if you don't have the app on your phone, including the downloading of the app and setting up your GoPro, connecting it and all that kind of stuff, it shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. It really shouldn't. 15 if you're doing it really slowly like I am. Or maybe 20 if you're gonna read through all the terms and conditions, which no one does. Alrighty, so firmware update has been completed, and yes, it only took about 10 minutes to get everything done up. Why don't we bring this out for some sample shots, take a look at what the video quality is like. I will list out on the screen what settings I'm on, but I won't be doing any post-production editing, so everything you see on the screen will basically be right out of the box. Let's go. Alright, so now we're shooting in 5.3K at 60 frames per second. Wow, that was a good 3-kilometer walk. Saw those guys doing the Muay Thai kickboxing, super friendly people that offer training and outdoor lessons with their mobile kickboxing truck. Really, really awesome stuff. Do check them out. I've left the website link in the description. Alright, now that we've had a chance to take a look at the quality of the videos, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Right out of the box, you get to shoot up to 5.3K in 60 frames per second, or in 4K up to 120 frames per second. Now, all that FPS allows you to really slow down the videos to make for very cinematic slow motion action. Thanks to the new processor powering the GoPro 10, the HyperSmooth 4.0 is so much better. Now, when I first started testing out HyperSmooth in their GoPro 6 and 7, I thought, wow, this is amazing. Never gonna need a gimbal again. I thought it couldn't get any better. I was wrong. This is so much smoother. It's almost like butter. Another huge bump in capabilities is the night mode for the new GoPro 10, either in photos or in videos. It's less grainy, still a little grainy, but a lot less grainy than GoPro 9 and a lot clearer. Now do remember that this is, after all, an action camera, so there will be some compromises. Now finally, another upgrade I've been looking forward to in the new GoPro 10, thanks to its GP2 chip, is its color and tone algorithms. They're a lot cleaner, a lot smoother than any of the other GoPros before it. If you consume a lot of YouTube content like I do, then you should be able to already tell when someone's using video clips from a professional camera, a cell phone camera, or a GoPro camera. And that's because of the way its contrast, its clarity, and all that kind of stuff works in previous generation GoPros. So the GoPro 10 offers a much clearer and smoother image quality. On top of all that, it also processes much quicker. So when you're done recording a video or taking a photo, even if it's a large 23 megapixel photo that the GoPro 10 is capable of, you'll see its processing speed much quicker, so you can move on to your next activity, or you can just turn off your GoPro because you're done. All right, on to the final question. Who needs a GoPro 10? Well, in my opinion, if you've been using anything older than the GoPro 7, then you might want to upgrade to the GoPro 10. If you're already on the GoPro 9, then it's up to you, because even though the GoPro 9 is still running on a GP1 processor, it is packed with a lot of future-proofing capabilities, functions, and options. So you could still use the GoPro 9 if you're using it already for another 2 to 3 years. But if you're using the 7 or the 8 or anything older than that and you want to upgrade, then I'll jump straight into the GoPro 10. Now, I'm frequently asked by my friends if there's a need for such action cameras, and my answer is usually an unequivocal yes. Let me put it this way. Our cell phones today are super capable of taking super high resolution photos and videos. In fact, I'm using the Samsung S21 Ultra, and you can shoot 8K videos. But the problem comes down to its practicality. I mean, as powerful as this machine is, it is not as robust and durable as a little action camera such as a GoPro. And on top of that, think about it this way. Would you want to mount your cell phone on the outside of a moving vehicle to capture videos and to make memories that way? Probably not, because your cell phones are pretty expensive. These, for example, they're still pretty expensive, but a lot less expensive compared to a phone. So, in my opinion, yes. They're also waterproof, you can drop them, you can throw them around. They're built and designed for that purpose, for you to take it outdoors to make memories. So yes, I will advise you to get yourself an action camera if that's the kind of lifestyle or if that's the kind of video content that you want to produce. A second question I get asked all the time is there a need for 4K and 5.3K and all that high resolution videos? Because 1080p on your cell phone, more than enough. 1080p streaming on your large LCD curved widescreen TV, it's more than enough. That's true. However, have you guys ever watched like 5, 10, 15, 20-year-old videos on YouTube or on a VHS videotape? Then you're going to quickly realize that the video quality is grainy, the audio quality is not that great, and all that kind of stuff. So right now, today, if you have the budget, if you have the resources, and if you need to, why not just jump into producing higher quality videos and putting them up on YouTube, for example, or on Facebook? Because you kind of future-proof your current content to be more enjoyable many years down the line. Now, there are loads of additional new improvements to the GoPro 10. I just spoke about the stuff that I thought were cool or are my priorities. If you're considering getting one of these, do remember to check out their website and get all the information you need before making your purchase. With all that said and done, in my personal and humble opinion, it really doesn't matter what equipment you're using. The key thing is go outside when it's safe. Go outside, experience life, experience nature, enjoy yourself, and in the process, make some videos, create some memories. And if you think the GoPro 10 is going to be an ideal partner to do all that stuff with you, why not? I know for me, it will be. Alright guys, that's all I got for you in this video. Thank you for joining me in this unboxing journey. Please remember to stay safe, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, by the way, before you guys go, I do have some bloopers, so keep watching because I think it's quite funny. Peace out. So just as I was turning this on, as you see, the language selection is still right there. It decided to freeze on me. It does happen. So what do? We just basically remove the battery, out of the GoPro, wait for a couple of seconds so that it could kind of refresh itself, pop the battery back in, and then turn it back on. Alright, let's update the firmware so we can bring this Alright, so let's update the firmware so we can take it out for a bunch of test shots. Battery just died. Thankfully I got spares because, like I said earlier, they're the same batteries as the GoPro 9. Alright, I just realized that what you guys are going to see right now is a lot clearer because I didn't remove the protective film covering the lens. So let's redo everything. Now, one of the places that I've been dying to check out is, I'm at the side of the road right now, and this is a public bus stop near my office, and right behind this bus stop is this kind of creepy looking abandoned stairs that seem to lead up to a jungle patch. I'm not too sure, my first time, so why don't we try walking up this path and see how the GoPro handles. Well, it does look like there's some sort of a trail here. I have no idea where this leads to. I do have my cell phone with me, just for emergencies. You can still sort of hear the main road on that side, but I gotta say, it's kind of creepy up here. All right, let's keep going. All right, so maybe the path kind of ends here. Not too sure. It is a lush part of the jungle. Very green, but unfortunately with a bunch of trash here. Alright, so I've been shooting in 5.3K with 60 frames per second. Linear and horizon leveling is turned on, and stability is turned up to boost. So it should be pretty stable, the kind of footage you're looking at right now. Alright, so let's get out of this corner of the jungle and walk down the road, because there's a proper park there and maybe a little less creepy. In this video, I'm gonna be unboxing and testing out my new GoPro 10.